me tell you a story.
Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer.
And I am awake this week, and
Yay!
I'd like to officially apologize to everyone for being so grumpy, especially Erin and Shara, who wrote in this story.
Oh, dang, I thought me again. I was like, thank you.
No, you don't get an apology because you're my sister. You get the good, the bad, the ugly.
Okay,
and
fine.
you just have to live with it. That's part of being sisters. But Erin, boy, I listened back and I was just like laying it out there. I think Danny even tried to tell me to be nice. Of course, I'm not trying to criticize, but he put D nice. But I can read between the lines.
Maybe he was saying D's nuts. You never know. You never know, Danny. You never know.
That is true. That man eats pickles soaked in Kool-Aid, Erin.
I was hoping I was not going to relive that ever. Like, I saw that picture and thought, ew.
Yeah.
And moved on. And
do you
here
hear
we
the
are
sound
bringing it up
Ellie's
again.
making over here? That's in
vomiting
camaraderie.
profusely. We're just letting it happen.
Right. She's like, that is the... I mean, who would ever even think to do that?
Yeah. No,
Put
not
a
me.
pickle.
I love a pickle. I love Kool-Aid.
I don't put those two things together.
I'm not going to put them together.
I don't want to yuck your yum, Danny, but this one I'm just going to have to say yuck.
Yeah, yuck. We're all grossed out by it.
Yeah. And then he puts it on a hot dog.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, sorry. I just can't get over it. I can't stop thinking about it. Sometimes I'll just be driving down the road and I think about this daggone pickle and Kool-Aid. Like, why would anybody do that? It's the strangest thing.
He tagged you in that picture. So, like, had you talked about it?
I had commented on the original one because I was like, here I thought we were like soulmates. Like, I thought we had so much in common. And then I see that and I'm like, whoa, just stopped me in my tracks. So anyway, and again, I really do. I think about it quite often throughout my day.
It's your Roman Empire.
It has. Yes, it is. It's pickles and Kool-Aid. Like, what flavor? Does it depend on the flavor? Is it only one flavor that people are doing this?
I did read a comment and he talked about some other, he was like, well, this is blah, 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 but I actually tried this one and it was surprisingly good. And no, it did not sound good. It sounded so bad.
Yeah, why are you trying different kinds to find out which one is the least bad?
Yeah, did somebody dare you to do this once and then you liked it? Or are people doing this? Is this a trend?
I think it's a trend. I think somebody else was like, oh yeah, it's really good if you try this kind.
No.
Stop.
Danny.
Stop. It's enough. Get off the internet. It's time. It's time to quit the internet.
Or I'm getting off.
Yeah, one of us. I don't think that combination is going to work.
Talking about sausages over here, and now I'm talking about getting off. Sorry, everybody.
Anyway, again, sorry to Erin, sorry to Shara, sorry to Danny, sorry to all of you now. But I am better. I had a full night's rest last night, and my husband's fully recovered.
Hopefully you've slept throughout the week, too. It's been a while since we recorded.
I did, but I just meant the last night, or the last time we recorded the night before, I had no sleep. So, I mean, I was so delirious by the end of that. I could not even see straight. It was the most tired I've ever been.
Yeah, you didn't even, like, normally we stay back and you think about, like, what to put in our thing. You didn't even give a chance to be like, do you need me to stay?
I could barely walk out of this room. I was so done. I was like, you're lucky I didn't just curl up in this bed and go right to sleep.
To be fair, I did not say you had to record that night. I asked you, do you want to record tonight?
And I said, what other night can we? And you're like, well, we can't.
No, I said we could record like Thursday or something. It was far. My nights are getting
just going to say like, yeah, you are like the socialite girl. I can't keep up with you. So I just have to squeeze myself in when I can, my tiny little self. Anyway, but I'm here and I'm awake. And that's all I know.
Took the longest nap I've ever taken in my life today.
Brag much?
I know. I took it out of boredom. I had nothing going on. And I was like, I think I'll take a nap. Why not? And I woke up. I'm not. Like this last year, I became a napper because our start time was so early.
Oh, yeah.
But I still take like a 15-minute nap and then I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a solid hour. And I woke up like, where am I?
Confused. Those are the best.
What time is it? Are my kids okay? Like, I was very out of it. I heard my kids fighting. That's what brought me out.
Oh, funny.
So I was like, oh, no. It's like Lord of the Flies out there.
Everything. How long have I been gone?
No, it was rough. But yeah, I feel great right now.
Yeah, that sounds glorious.
It feels like this morning was yesterday.
Okay, well, so again, I'm going to be the tired one. Because even though I had the full sleep, I worked all day. So
yeah, no, I didn't because I'm
you're
living
still
that
on
regular teacher life.
Summer break. Good for you. Good for you. Live it up. Live it up all you can. So here's something funny.
Okay.
Now, I'm not watching it, because I kind of want you to watch it with me. I feel like it's something we might have to watch together.
Okay. Is it a show or a movie?
It's a show.
Oh, dear. These are hard to sync our times up.
Oh, and I also don't think that I'm going to watch more than one episode, but I'm so curious.
Okay.
So my friends were talking about this new show on HBO Max called Naked Attraction. Have you heard of this?
No.
Aaron, they like, why? Why are they doing this? It's like, again, it's like the pickle in the Kool-Aid. We've gotten to the end of things. Everybody's so bored. They're now just doing the most.
Just take a nap. I'm telling you, that's all you need to do.
You sound like the cutest little old lady. Just don't get naked. Take a nap.
Why
It'll
are we
be
getting
fine.
naked and eating pickles?
Why are we putting pickles in things and getting naked? Just go take a nap. Oh, it's sound advice, really. Okay, so this is the way it's been described to me. I have not watched this. I've been kind of waiting for you so that we can at least both say, okay, Tuesday night, we're going to wait till the kids go to bed because good luck. I mean, you got a door and a lock. And
I'm living the life.
You really are. So you could maybe pull it off. But I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to watch this show.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently it's kind of like a dating show.
Okay.
Okay, so there's one person and they're like sitting out and they're dressed. And then it's got like 10 people. And they're covered up like in a booth. Everybody's in a booth. You can't see anything.
One person's dressed. Everybody else is in a booth.
Right.
Okay.
And then they reveal like the legs.
Okay.
And people are like, oh, I'm a leg person.
Yeah, you'd have to stop there at me. I got good legs.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't get really past my ankles. I'm like, oh, we're good. Actually, no, I'm going to take that back. I got pretty good ankles. But above the ankles, that's where we're going to go down.
I'll lick your nose if I need to.
You just said the same thing about your own legs.
Well, you got it. You said there's nothing good other than the ankles.
Anyway, well, yeah, when we got to the upper section, I think I'd be fine. But anyway, so they go like piece by piece. So it's like, okay.
All from the bottom, or do they skip around?
I don't know. I haven't watched it. But as far as I know, it's like they start at the bottom and it's like, okay, I'm going to eliminate number 4. I don't want number 4. Womp womp. So sad. Then they go up. Girl, it's full money.
You're seeing
vag and penises, like depending on, I guess, who you want to date. And
okay, and this is on HBO, so we're probably seeing it too.
Oh, you're seeing it all. You're seeing it up close. You know how I know this? Because the friend of mine who is like telling me to watch this, like took pictures on her phone. I said, I know. I was like, that is like porn on your phone. To send her husband to shock her husband. Like,
oh my gosh.
So it's hilarious. But also I'm like, delete those immediately.
Yeah, that just goes straight to my Google Home. Suddenly there's just like oh
my gosh,
big hairy crotch.
Oh my gosh. And they all look so different. And like so different. And it's not like, okay, these are like the most fit people in the entire world. It's people of all different shapes and sizes who some are liked more than others. And some, I guess are like, oh, okay, that's who you're going to go for. Like, it's like, it's not like the full body is what's attractive. It's like, let's take a close look at this.
Wow.
Why?
Wow.
Aaron?
Erect or?
No, just flaccid. There it is.
I had to paint a lot of those in art school. Those are not fun to look at or paint.
I don't know if it would be fun to look at if it were hard. I don't even know. I don't know. It's a game show. I can't even believe it's on TV. Then they go,
that's crazy.
Okay, so we're going to eliminate like 5 of them, right? So then, and then it goes up. So I haven't even gotten to the craziest part yet. So then they go up to like the top part, right?
Yeah,
so then
that's my moneymaker right here. These guys.
I know, right? That's where I like win them back. But they'd already eliminated me. I'm like, well, hold on. Can we start from the top down? Anyway, but then they pick like 2, I guess. So they get it down to like, okay, these are the 2 people that I'm the most attracted to naked.
Okay.
Then that person who chooses them then goes and gets naked.
Okay.
And then comes back and they like critique each other. Like, well, what do you think? Do you think this is going to work? Do you think it's going to work? And like, which one? And
then you see the faces yet?
I guess so. I guess at that point, again, I have not seen it. I guess at that point, they see each other. And so it's decided these 2 people are now going to then get fully dressed and go on a date.
My gosh. Well, that's nice that they get fully dressed.
I'm glad that they at least get to get dressed and go on the date. But is this not the strangest concept you've ever heard of?
It's the strangest concept. There's a tiny part of me
that wants to try it?
No, I don't want to try it. But like, I could see how it'd be very validating. Like, I try really hard to have body positive thoughts. They're not often, but I'm trying of myself. And if I were to go on, just somebody's like, Yeah.
Yeah, I want
she
that.
She looks so good naked. I actually want to date her.
That's the girl.
I don't know what kind of high I would be on or how long it would last. I'd probably marry that person. I don't know. I'm like, well, at least they think I am so hot.
Oh, that's so funny.
They don't even care about my personality. That's how hot my body is.
That's how hot I am. I know. I'm like, what world are we living in? And
that's crazy.
This is like going to sound weird, but there's very few, and I mean very few naked bodies out there that I'm like, ooh, that's attractive naked. Yeah. Even the most fit ones, I'm like, oh God, it's just all kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be like an element of like mystery, and it's like in the moment is when it's sexy, not like I'm seeing you standing there, arms to your side.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
sounds
okay.
very sterile.
It does sound so sterile.
Okay, this is going to sound like a weird pivot, but I promise it's not. I was watching Hamilton with Sophie yesterday, my oldest, and I said something about Lin-Manuel Miranda's wife. And she said, he's married? And I said, yes, he's married. And she goes, oh, he's got a lot of money. That makes sense. I was like, oh, wow. First of all, sorry, Lin-Manuel, if you're listening.
I don't know who it is. Is he not attractive?
The guy from Hamilton. I mean, he's fine. He's
okay.
Not like, I don't know if I would, he's not per se my type.
Okay. But you could see other people with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think he looks like a regular guy.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't look like a movie star. He's incredibly talented. And I said, well, I think when he was married, it was before Hamilton, and I don't think he was really rich. And sometimes
you marry somebody because they've got a great personality.
Somebody and they might not even be your type, but the more you talk to them, the more they become your type and the hotter they get. And he seems like a really cool guy who's very talented. I bet she loves him for more than just his face.
Right.
And so that show just proves that they don't care about that at all.
Didn't know where you were going. Like, how is this going to come back to this show? Because you're right. It's the exact opposite. It's like love can only last on attraction.
As long as you find that person sexy, you'll be good.
Which is not true. That wears off. That wears off real fast. It's like,
so fast.
Okay, after that first date, like, well, that was fun. I'm looking for the new sexy one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it didn't work. But it's going to be entertaining. I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it too. I got to wait. Let's wrap this up.
I know, right? We got to at least watch like the first 5 minutes of one.
Okay. We started recording early. It's only 9:00 right now.
I know, girl. I want to see an uncircumcised. Oh, the night's wild. Nap schmap. We got things to do.
That's right. I did nap, and now I can watch naked bodies.
There you go.
Okay. Well,
don't know where to go from there.
I think that's a natural progression into ghost stories.
Well, clearly it is.
Okay. I'm going to read a story from Ashley.
Oh, hello, Ashley.
This is a new writer.
Okay, love it.
I found Ashley in a Facebook group when I was trying to hustle.
Nice.
And she said I could read their stories. There's a whole bunch of them. There's I mean, most of them are from one house.
Okay.
And they run the gambit of like sentimental to very, very scary.
Nice.
So, gotta love it.
Is it gambit or gamut?
That's an excellent question.
Hey, Google.
Gambit is a kind of sacrifice, while a gamut is a range. I meant to say it runs the gamut.
There you go.
A range.
Okay.
So smug over there. You little bitch. Okay.
I just love how I got one right finally.
Yeah, I just knew that, and you sound like an idiot, so I wanted to make sure you knew that you were wrong.
I did not say anything like that. You just paraphrased a whole bunch of
said it. Okay. So Ashley says, I'm jumping around, Ashley. Be warned. I'm going to start with a sentimental one, and then we're going to go to scary.
Okay. I always like that progression.
Her longest story says, my mom passed away Valentine's Day 2012.
Oh, wow.
There were times when I would be sitting out on the front steps and would feel a cold breeze come out of the front door. Didn't really make sense as it was towards the summertime. One night in June, my dad and sister, who was terminally ill, that's so sad,
golly,
and I were all camped out in the living room. At the time, the only room with a working AC. I saw a shadow get up off the couch and head toward the bathroom. I thought it was my sister. My dad tapped my shoulder and my sister was asleep. I asked, didn't she just get up and go to the bathroom? He said, no, she's been asleep. My mom had slept on that couch for the last few years due to our car accident in 2009.
Wow. Ashley?
I know, it's so sad. The couch where the shadow came from is also the same couch my mom died on.
Oh my God.
It's almost like the mom was sitting right there with
them.
I know.
Ashley.
Okay, now we're moving on to a different story.
Okay.
All from Ashley. She really supplied me here with a lot.
Well, I'm going to say this, Ashley. I'm not going to go back to that first story because that's too sentimental.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So sweet. And I love to think that your mom was sitting there with you guys.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so the title of the next one from Ashley says, I knew I was going to get sick before I got sick.
Ooh.
My grandpa died February 4th, 1999. December of 1999, I was playing tag at the bus stop, as most kids in elementary school did. They were working on a house. There was construction going on, and I ended up falling into a puddle that had chemicals in it. One night, I was sleeping, and a bright light on my wall woke me up.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. Thinking nothing of it, maybe it was just a street light. I was like 11 at the time. Well, the light kept getting brighter. I tried to force myself to go back to sleep until I heard my grandpa's voice. I looked up, and his face was in the light. He kept saying, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Don't be scared and don't worry. You will be fine. The next day, I started to get a headache and couldn't stay awake. My mom had taken me to the hospital. They just said it was a migraine or maybe she's depressed. It got so bad that I slept 23 hours a day, missed school. I know, missed school. And by day 4, my mom took me back to the hospital and demanded that they keep me because there was definitely something wrong. After 2 months of testing and nonstop headaches, too weak to eat and too weak to walk, my mom had to bathe me, feed me, and everything else.
Oh, my gosh.
Then came February of 2000. So, man, that's like a long time.
Yes, it is.
By this time, I was in the hospital for 2.5 months.
Oh, my gosh.
I almost died. My heart rate dropped. My oxygen level dropped. It read 28.
Whoa.
My roommates, listen, that sounds horrible. I have no idea what your oxygen should be. Oh, it should be 100, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should be like in the 90s, 98.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, sorry.
95, 98.
This is why I didn't go to medical school. I would not remember it. They tell me my heart pressure every time, my blood pressure. I'm like,
blood
good
pressure.
Lord, I have no idea.
I said this the other day. How about a sign? Put some signage up. Let me know what's the normal range. That'd be lovely.
Yeah, I'm always like, oh, like I just try to read the nurse's face. Like,
me too.
Oh, we think that's good? Are we worried? I don't know what that means. And even when they tell me, like, oh, this is what we're looking for, if I ask, then I'm still like,
I kind of want to be.
So I'm good?
I know. I kind of want to be like, well, what's the best? What am I shooting for here?
Yeah. Like, are you happy? Just tell me, are you happy?
Right.
My roommate's parents heard the monitor going off and ran to the nurse's station. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
I read this, but I read it a long time ago when she wrote it in, so I forgot about that. During this time, I see my grandpa again. He says, Ashley, it's not your time yet. You have to take care of mommy. It's not your time. He brought me back and sat on my hospital bed. I woke up to a bunch of doctors and nurses in my room.
Man.
I know. 3 days later, I was seen by a neurologist, and they gave us 2 options, brain tumor or pseudotumor, now called idiopathic intracranial hypertension.
Just kidding. I'm so that like I didn't really know what it was.
Yeah, of course. It was the latter. So that one that I don't know how to say. It was that one.
Which one's better? They both sound a little...
I don't know, but they recovered.
Scary.
So I guess the second one. She says she doesn't tell that story very often because people think she's crazy.
I don't think you're crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, now we're going to get into some scary ones from Ashley.
I do think, though, I will say this. What if the chemicals in the puddle created some sort of, the sickness? Like, is that what we're alluding to? That it was that, and could part of that sickness be hallucinations?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Sounds somehow connected, right?
Yeah, it does. Fall in a puddle full of chemicals, and then you're in the hospital for 2 months.
Yeah, man, that's horrible. It's so
wild.
Scary. Okay, so this is now Ashley. I don't know if it's their current home. I'm not sure, but I think this is where all the scary stuff happens, is in this house.
Okay.
Back in 2005, I was in what I refer to as the demon room.
Ooh.
Laying down, watching TV, and the next thing I know, I was being held down by this black creature. I couldn't move, and I couldn't scream or anything. It felt like I couldn't breathe. It felt like 10 minutes had passed, but it was probably 10 seconds. When we first moved into this house, that room just felt off. Before we moved in, there was a family that lived there, and the teenage daughter would light candles and play with the Ouija board. There were times I would have nightmares in there, and I'd wake up with unexplained cuts and bruises in areas I could not reach in the middle of my back. They would come in 3 lines. It would have been easy to explain if there were springs or something poking out of the mattress, but there wasn't. In 2015, I was the only one home. My ex-friend You know I want the details.
Oh, I do. Let's get the tea on that.
My ex-friend and I were up in my room, my mom and dad's old room. So I think they live in their childhood home now as an adult. I thought I was going crazy, so I didn't mention it, but I kept hearing my name being called. My ex-friend says, "Did you hear that?" I played it off like I didn't, but she said, "It sounds like someone is calling your name." At first I said no, but then it got louder. The first few times sounded like my mom. The other times sounded like my sister. At the time, both my mom and sister had passed away. So I started to look out the window in my room to see if it was someone out back calling me, but no one was there. It sounded like it was coming from outside, but also downstairs at the same time.
That's weird.
Yeah. I thought someone had opened the door to yell in since I couldn't hear if they were knocking on the front door. The neighborhood we were in was pretty normal for that kind of thing. If you knock and they don't answer, open the door and yell in. So I opened the door to see if anyone was outside, and no one was there. As I did this, another neighbor passing by said, "Were you just in the front room?" I said, "No, why?" They said, "Well, I walked past and I heard 3 loud knocks on the window. I thought it was you, but didn't see anyone at the window. Also, the front room where the knocking came from is the room I call the demon room."
Ooh, could it be a demon?
Right?
Or their friend knocking on the window.
Their friend was with them.
Well, for part of the time.
But it sounded like it was coming from the demon front room downstairs.
Yeah. I mean, I think the friend could have snuck down there and done that.
They were then in that room, weren't they?
I don't know. I don't know. In my mind, they snuck down real quick, played a little prank on the neighbor. The person calling their name could have actually been a neighbor. Maybe the door was open or ajar at one point, and the neighbor and it's like, Ashley, and is calling Ashley, and maybe the way the sound is traveling, it's getting very weird, and they don't get a response, and they get a little spooked out, so they bolt. They're like, "I'm out of here. That's weird," and they leave, and then the next neighbor comes by.
Yeah, I don't know. It's again, anytime it's confirmed by somebody else, that's when I get freaked out.
She and her friend could have heard.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying they both thought it was weird, not just like, "Oh, that's my neighbor."
Yeah, I think you can have a shared experience when something's weird. But I hear you. Could be a ghost. I could be wrong all these times. That's a high possibility. And I'm not saying that. Possibility. I am not saying that at all jokingly. I'm like, yeah, this could very well just be, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But this is the name of the game. So I'm going to tell you, it was a neighbor passing by. And that's it. That's all I got. I'm trying to be a lot extra nice this week for Danny.
And poor Aaron and Shara are like, "Bitch."
I know. It was like their first time writing in, like never again, except for yes again, because Shara posted a little follow-up. And I typically don't do the follow-ups because, I'm like, look, I said what I said.
Yeah, and they're like, "Actually, you're wrong."
Yeah, well, and I'm like, this is a podcast. And I got one co-host, and it ain't you. It's my sister, and she knows when to quit with me.
Are you saying Shara doesn't?
No, I'm just saying most people want to come back and give me the rebuttal. I'm like, no, that's not how this works. I get the last word. I set this podcast up just the way I want it. I'm kidding. I'm open to it. I'll read it. I just won't read it on here a lot of times. Okay. But Shara's, I just found hers funny and interesting. And I was like, okay, here we go. Not that the other ones weren't. My goodness. Simmer down, everybody, if you've ever written me. Okay. So here's Shara's. Fiance here. Let me reiterate Aaron's story. The calming hand rubbing my back during my sleep paralysis did in fact freak me the fuck out. Okay. Because remember, Aaron was kind of like, calmed her down.
She said it was calming.
I also always think it's so funny when the man writes in and the woman's like, okay, hold on.
Yeah. Actually, let me fix this because you're wrong.
Let me woman-splain this to you the way it should have been. I tried telling it to fuck off, but in my paralysis state, no words came out. And when they finally did, the rubbing had stopped. That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's creepy. This happened 3 more times, and when I finally accepted that it was trying to comfort me, I never experienced nightmares or sleep paralysis again.
Aw.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Mm-hmm. The paranormal investigators claimed our spirits are benevolent. Goodness,
the benevolent gods usher the way. Okay, sorry.
I do like the word benevolent.
I do too. It makes me think of Rent.
And I just sometimes...
We're not gonna
No, it does not. Stop.
We're
Stop.
not. Okay.
Stop.
Just sounded really good in my microphone.
I also just slipped down to see Emily Dawn.
Just keep explaining, Daddy. It's just so weird.
Oh, Emily, you are so wonderfully weird. You're so wonderfully weird. Just says, keep me updated, Daddy. You don't know him. Cher's like, I'm sorry. Who's Emily? Why is she calling you Daddy?
Yeah, nobody knows.
Oh, Emily, you're the best.
She's so funny.
Gosh, you're so funny. Okay, sorry. So then Sheriff finishes by saying the paranormal investigators claimed our spirits are benevolent and positive energies, and we are safe and have nothing to worry about. Still creeps me out, though.
Yeah.
Being that the investigator is a medium and has gifts, all the spirits were out that night, apparently, and some did not appreciate her being there. They have not bothered us negatively, although some creepy anomalies have been recorded. We'll post our videos of my ghost tube, SLS, I don't really know what that means, camera catching some footage while Aaron and his friend were out digging up the barrels.
Ooh.
Mega WTF-ness.
Oh, all right.
Oh, look. It's on there.
Oh, that little guy. Little stick figure thing.
Yeah, so what's that supposed to do? That's supposed to be like a ghost?
It's supposed to show you where there's a spirit.
Oh,
because
that's
it's like
the cutest little thing I've ever seen. I don't... Oh, he's like running on his back. He's like, don't you dig up. Don't you dig that up.
He probably would be if he's like, oh,
he
shit.
really is like trying to knee him in the back. Oh, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen a ghost try to do ever. It's like so sad because you're like, you're not getting anywhere. You can't feel a thing. Like, you think his ghost buddy Bob's off to the side going like, dude, just give it up. And he's like, I'm going to tell him not to do it. And he's getting so mad. So anyway, Shara, apologies for being so cranky in the last episode. Still don't believe, but I'm not being mean about it. I'm just saying I think that you're lovely.
Well, I'm going to post their other videos that they sent in that email. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm going to tonight. Yeah. Which this comes out a week later, so you will have seen them.
Awesome. Yeah, they seem like a lovely couple, and they seem so fun. I'm glad that they're both listening.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully Shara will stick around. Oh, and hopefully Emily didn't run her off, Daddy. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Keep me updated, Daddy.
Keep me updated, Daddy. Just a mess. Love you, Emily.
It's so funny.
Okay. So this story I got off of Reddit, and this is from Anonymous.
Okay.
My house. I live in a haunted house. I know at least one woman was still here. First time I experienced something, I was home during the week. I like to have a space heater on under my desk. All of a sudden, it dropped down to like 20 degrees, even though the heater was still working.
Oh my gosh.
Then
wait a minute. Do you think they're on Celsius? Because that would be 20. Okay, double it. 40, add 30, 70. No, that's still pretty warm.
Look at you.
20 degrees is really cold.
I know. Like, drop down. That's what they're saying.
That's like, I'm frozen cold.
Yeah. I think they're saying it's so cold. I think that maybe it wasn't actually 20 degrees so much as they're just like...
an expression.
It was like 20 degrees.
It was like 20 degrees
so freezing cold.
Got it.
All of a sudden, it dropped to like 20 degrees, even though the heater was still working. Then I felt a finger poke the back of my neck.
Ooh.
I know. That's... yuck.
Don't poke me.
Don't poke me.
Alive or dead, I don't like to be poked.
Yeah, unless I tell you it's okay.
No, I don't. I'm never going to want to poke. I
know, that's what I'm saying.
A little poke coming through.
Sometimes I don't mind a poke, but I got to want the poke.
But you know, like a little pointy finger poke.
First of all, that song is the stupidest song. Like, you know how like when people are like, oh, I'm listening to, to what my parents used to listen to.
Right.
That's going to be one of our legacies.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
But yet, every time it's on, a little poke coming through on you. I mean, why do we know every word? Because we would sing it like it was
like
just
when I was 12 years old, just like, I want to dance with somebody so close. I feel a poke coming through.
Gross.
It's so gross.
It's so gross.
I was such a horny kid, and it's because of music like this.
That got me so far off guard. Oh my gosh. Yeah, same. Yeah. I think it's really all kids are so horny at that age.
Yeah, the music did not help the situation.
No, it just perpetuated it. It was like, this is the culture. You're going to embrace this. You're going to love it. Here we go.
Oh yeah, it was dirty. It was really dirty music that we listened to like at school dances.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they were bad.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Now it's not so funny. Now it's just kind of sad. But, anyway, still makes me laugh that you said that so blatantly. Okay. Okay, now I can't read that sentence again. So I'm just going to say, we know what happened. In the neck, I spun around.
I was like, I forgot. But no, now I remember.
I can't read that word again or else I'm just going to die laughing.
Yeah.
I spun around thinking maybe my wife came home for lunch. But that's odd because she works 30 minutes away.
Huh.
There was nothing behind me. I said, you aren't supposed to be here. You need to leave. So immediately they're thinking this is a spirit. As soon as I said that, the temperature went back up. Fast forward a few months. I used to work as a network engineer for a financial company overnight. It was really snowy, so they told everyone to work from home and avoid the roads. About 3 a.m, I told the team I needed to step away to use the restroom. I walked across the family room and did my thing. I hope you went to the bathroom.
Don't do your thing in the family room. My God.
I'm hoping the bathroom's on the other side of that family room. Just saying. I returned to my office and went to close the door, but it stopped a couple inches from the doorway. I looked down, thinking maybe my young daughter had left a toy in the floor before going to bed and it was blocking the way. Nope, nothing on the floor. I peeked out, thinking maybe I woke my wife and she came down to check on me. Nope, no wife. I said, is someone there? I heard a female voice I had never heard before whisper, yes.
Oh, no. That's so scary.
This time I said, I told you before, you are not welcome here and you need to leave now. Wow. As soon as I said it, the door closed all the way.
Oh, bitch. That's so scary.
Since then, we've converted that room into a guest bedroom.
Oh.
I think that's great. It's hilarious. It's not uncommon to come downstairs and find a house guest sleeping on the couch rather than in the guest room because they felt creeped out by the guest room.
Oh, my gosh.
I like how they don't even tell them.
Aggressive. Yeah. Just be like, listen, we do have a horny ghost. She will poke you a little bit. She'll poke you a little bit. She'll whisper yes in your ear.
Yeah.
But you just tell her, no, thank you, and she'll go away.
She does listen. We'll give her that.
She's got boundaries. I mean...
Well, she tests the boundaries.
She does test the boundaries.
But she then tunes in, much like me. Not a sexual way, but I'm like, you gotta skirt the line a little bit here and there, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'll back off. You mean business now?
Yeah.
Mainly I'm talking with you. I'm like, oh, I made fun of her too much. Cross the line.
When? What are you talking about?
No, I'm kidding about Gambit. Okay. A few months after that, my wife and our daughter flew down to California for Lunar New Year. Never even heard of Lunar New Year. What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, I was really hoping you just tried to make it up. Couldn't wait.
I was going to say I think it has something to do with Chinese New Year, but I don't think it does. I don't know.
I had no idea. If only we had a little box.
It's a pagan holiday. No, I don't know.
Okay, well, whatever it was, they went there with their family, or with his wife's family. I had to work, so I stayed home. It was around lunchtime, and I was at the kitchen table, and I heard the same female voice whisper, "Let me in."
Girl, take a hint.
Right? I was
take
like,
it back about boundaries.
Nope, never going to happen. I regularly hear someone walking around upstairs when I am at home alone. Not the sound of the house settling, but actual footsteps.
Oh, that's
clomp,
creepy.
Clomp, clomp.
Reminds me of that big lady.
You're such a dork. Oh my gosh.
Get it, girl. I think I'm getting slap happy. I think I got too much sleep.
I think you did. Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
I'm just picturing this big old lady ghost up there.
Yeah.
Oh, you never picture a hefty ghost. It's always
you really don't.
Like a slender, like, woo.
Lady in gray.
I kind of love the idea that she's like, clomp, clomp, clomp.
Let me in.
Yeah, let me
you made her
in.
voice, but really she could have been like, let me in.
Oh, we can only joke like that because we're not
big ladies.
Slight ladies.
That's what we would sound like when we're ghosts.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I'd be like, do you think I look hot naked? I still need the validation.
I'll just show you the top real quick.
This is my unfinished business. I need validation for my physical body. Oh no, that's horrible. That's horrible.
But so true. I mean, golly, we all go through it. Oh my gosh, I'm so regretting all the broccoli I ate. We have a flight of stairs that goes up, maybe 15 stairs to a landing before pivoting to the left. Pivot.
Pivot. I wasn't going to say it because I've interrupted you so much, but I immediately thought
I knew you were thinking it. I knew that's what was going through your brain. Oh my gosh. Okay. I am sitting in the corner of the couch downstairs. I can see right up the stairs. I regularly see a female figure standing on the landing out of the corner of my eye. The minute I turn my head, she vanishes.
Oh my gosh, that would be so frustrating. That's so interesting. Here is a very serious question for you.
Okay.
If you have sex with a ghost, is it cheating? Is it cheating?
You're really knocking it out of the park with the setups tonight. Like, I don't see them coming. You're really landing
I'm just
it
saying,
well.
like, this person is being so true to their wife. But if there was like a ghost that was like trying to seduce me, I mean, you're getting seduction vibes, right?
Yeah. I mean, you are. You're bringing that horny vibe
let me
back from your
in.
12-year-old self.
Yes. Ooh, it's very sexy ghost.
Yeah. I'd say, so you're saying, does that count?
Yeah, like if he's
Or is that
like
a
all
free-
right, come
free
on,
cheat?
let's go. Let's try it.
Oh, gosh. I think you'd have to just to see what it
You'd
was
have
like.
to. Like, listen, Kevin, if you think having sex with a ghost is cheating, if the opportunity arises, I'm going to try it.
Well, I tell him, I'm like, you better.
Yeah,
Then you better
better,
tell
and
me
you
all
better
about
know
it.
I'm gonna.
Right. But yeah, we're going to need to talk about this.
Well, no, I think I'd take it to the grave. I don't even know if I'd tell you.
Oh, you would tell
Yeah,
me.
I'd tell
You
you.
would tell me. Are you kidding
No,
me?
I wouldn't tell you because you'd make fun of me. But I'd
Yeah,
tell.
that's totally
I would tell
true.
our listeners. I'd be like, "Listen, you guys."
You'd still tell me.
I call Birdie. I'd be like, "Girl, listen."
Oh, Birdie would definitely be the one to tell. Birdie, have you ever had sex with a ghost?
Birdie.
That's a lot.
That is
sorry.
a big.
I
That
did
was
ask,
a big question. That was crossing a boundary. But if you're open to
But you know
opening
me,
that
I like
boundary,
to skirt that boundary. You can tell me to stop, and I'll just be just like this lady. I'll clomp it on back. Oh my gosh. Interesting. Yeah, I still think it's cheating though.
oh, really?
I know. Sorry to burst
You
your
don't
bubble.
even believe in ghosts.
I also didn't say you couldn't do it. I'm just saying I think that it would probably fall under the realm of like,
Fine.
it's not the one. But you know, there's all sorts of new relationships out there.
But it's like death till you part, and that one's already parted.
Yeah, but you haven't yet.
Oh, fine.
I'm not trying
Gosh,
to be
you're such a party
I was going to say, I'm not trying
pooper.
to be a buzzkill. Again, this could be a talk that you have with your partner.
No, every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you.
Open door to ghost policy.
It's
only
kind of
for
like
ghosts.
the whole concept of this podcast. You're the party pooper of this podcast.
Well, sorry. Who knew? Who knew I was so good at pooping on parties? I guess we know
Oh,
now.
I've never really thought about that phrase until you said it that way. It's so gross.
Like, why? Why would anybody do that?
Yeah, don't do
You could
that.
just not go to the party.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
got to poop on it.
And
That's
if you have to poop,
too
go
much.
to the family room like the normal people.
yeah, like this author.
This guy.
oh,
Oh,
my
wow. Okay, so how are you going to debunk?
What do you think I'm going to say?
A
Horny squatter.
horny squatter.
Horny squatter.
Horny squatter.
Horny squatter.
Okay, I like that's our title. Horny squatter.
Horny squatter. There we go. Yeah, I think somebody's got the hots for this anonymous, and I
Yeah.
think they might be in the flesh
Okay, but the door was being held open by an unseen force.
by the foot.
No, because then it shut and there was nobody standing
They
there.
moved their foot back when he was like, "Go away."
And then there was no one sitting there. They then walked into that room. You think that they
No,
just,
he was trying to shut the door and he couldn't get the door to shut.
you
Behind
think
him.
he just didn't? He looked down to see if there was a toy on the floor.
I
but
think that it
no.
was dark.
That is ridiculous, Megan.
No, I think it was dark. I think it was like the rest of the house was dark.
Ridiculous.
He goes to shut it. They've got like their big foot,
You
their
think
big clonk
big clomping
toe.
ladyfoot?
clonk.
You are trying to tell me that you think somebody was physically standing there holding that door
Yep.
and they didn't see them.
Yeah, I think they were that close. They were on the other side of that door. They were either had like little fingers holding it,
That's ridiculous.
and it's dark, and they can't see, and they didn't look all the way up and down the.
No.
Yep,
No.
that's what I think. And then I think
Ridiculous.
that they're like standing up on that landing and then like jumping away. I think that they got their eye on Anonymous all the time.
No way.
Yeah.
No, I think this proves that you're making it all up because there's just no way
This
you can
proves that
really think
I
that
am
happened.
making it all up. Okay, no, I think that it is true. I think that there
All
could
right.
be things that happen in the flesh that we jump to the conclusion that it's a spirit when really You better watch out. Be more afraid of the clomp. Yeah. You better not cry about it. You better get your butt into action and go check your attic.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Well, we all know she's wrong. So
here we go. So the lovely fan favorite tonight is Julia. Julia, I am so glad I put that out into the Facebook world. I am so sorry, friend. I'm going to tell you what happened. I probably tried to get on my game and I probably asked like 3 or 4 people in the same night to be my fan favorite. And then I assumed I got to all of you all. And I am so very sorry because, yes, I asked you back in 2022.
Oh, my gosh. I was going to say, Julia's been around from the beginning.
I know. Julia probably was like, yay. And then womp womp.
Oh.
So, hey, here we go. I hope this is still relevant.
Did she respond something like, you've already asked me once?
Yes. On our Facebook when I put that like
hilarious.
If you've never been the fan favorite. Like, well, I said you asked me once and then I never was. Julia, I'm so sorry.
Get rid of this segment.
Stop.
Let it die.
Nope.
Let it die.
Nope.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
At least not until Julia gets her moment to shine.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Here we go.
No, definitely not before that.
Thank you so much for picking me. You're welcome, girl. I loved you back in 22. I still love you. You know how many times I have tapped on her name since then and been like, damn it, she's already been one.
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry.
I know.
Julia.
As soon as you said Julia, I was like, no, she's already been one.
I know.
She's been a Patreon for like over a year.
I know, Julia. I can't believe that. I can't believe you're still coming around. So sorry. I have a small reselling business. In my spare time, I just stay up too late every night on Poshmark. My username is Ivy Grace Shop, named after my grandma and great aunt.
Aww.
However, more than that, I would love to plug supporting local animal shelters. I have a huge love of animals and support Better Together Animal Alliance in Ponderay, Idaho. Ponderay,
Idaho.
Idaho. I bet you hear that all the time. Julia, so sorry. With the state of the economy and costs of goods going, and look, nothing's changed since 2022, and the costs of goods going up rapidly, many more animals are being surrendered daily.
Oh.
And that's not funny. That's not what we're laughing at.
No, absolutely not.
A lot of the time, shelters rely heavily on donations and volunteers to keep afloat. Of course, I'm like, this all sounds great.
You said that back then?
Yes, I said, next time we record, you will be our fan favorite.
Oh my gosh. But she's like, I don't even like this podcast anymore, but I was promised fan favorite, and I will keep listening till I hear
I
it.
know, and this is it.
Maybe you put her off for another year, so she keeps listening.
Hey, there's a thought. And then she says, thank you, love the pod. You and Aaron are hilarious. Julia, I am so very sorry. And look at you, you're so cute with your family.
Julia, if I was still doing this, you would have been my fan favorite a long time ago.
You were my fan favorite a long time ago, Julia. I'm just not organized. My goodness.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Well, we love you, Julia. Thank you so very much.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. You once a fan, always a fan. So favorite. Once
a fan, you have to say a fan.
That's it.
It's like the mafia.
Once a fan favorite, always a fan favorite. So thank you so very much, Julia.
Oh, that's so funny. Thank you guys so much for writing in. Sorry, I was a little slapstick tonight.
Slapstick? Slap happy?
Slapstick is funny. That's the thing.
Well, it's like a type of comedy. But it's more like you fall down, you get hit, you fall down. Like
all right. Gambit, slapstick, slap funny, whatever. What is it? Who cares?
Who cares?
We're moving on. If you all would like to check out our website, go to myskepticalsister.com where you can find out how to write in. You can join our Patreon. $3 a month gets you a sticker and a magnet. It also gets you bonus content weekly. And $5 a month gets you all that plus our movie night once a month. Also, if you have not gotten your sticker or magnet, I feel like there are 2 of you out there. There might be 3 of you out there. So just send me a message.
Who's dropping the ball now?
And say, hey, where's my magnet? And I got it. I got it ready. I've just been delinquent this summer. You can also find our P.O. box there. You can also write in directly at myskepticalsister@gmail.com. You can rate, review, subscribe, write your stories in, tell your friends about us. And you can follow our socials on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And we love you guys so much. Even if it takes us a year and a half to get back to you, we love you. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Good night, gorgeous. Ways to say goodnight to your crush.
my gosh.
So it popped up on Google.
Talk about validation.
How to say goodnight to your crush. It made me think of that squatter. She's like, good night, gorgeous.
I thought you were just
Clomp, clomp, clomp.
thought you were just calling me gorgeous clump.
Well, yeah, that too.
La 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 la.
Sounds fine.
Would you do that? Didn't need to do it. Oh, Ellie.
I just banged the beer bottle into my front
hurt
tooth.
so bad. It like makes my teeth hurt thinking about it. I keep licking my teeth just thinking about it. Oh, it's awful. Don't do it again.
Okay, I'll try. I looked up and she was giving me a 1 minute sign.
So bad, and then I was like, she's gonna keep going. So I tried to stifle it. So it's gonna come up here in a few minutes.
You burped.
I know, but I stifled it. I pushed it
Oh,
back, half of it down. So the other half's going to come up here in a little bit, but it's okay.
I'm really impressed by how much you know your body.
I do. It's going to happen. It's got to get out one way or the other.
Wait a minute. Are you going to tell me you're actually going to read something this week?
I'm actually going to read something. I'm awake this time. I had a family medical emergency, and I still rallied, Aaron.
And I've read beautifully to you.
You did. You really did.
It's broccoli and chocolate. It makes the people chocolate. It's broccoli.
Where is this coming from?
chocolate.
Broccoli. Oh, because I ate so much broccoli.
Happy bear. That's a Ashley Olsen and Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen song.
Oh, that's the weirdest thing I've
I
ever
know.
heard of.
I'll never forget that song.
It was
Also,
them as a child.
brother for sale. Only 50 cents. They didn't even have a brother.
Was this on Family Matters?
No, this is on their post-career.
Oh, also, I don't think they were on Family Matters.
No,
What was that
Full
show?
House.
Full House.
Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Yeah, you really went on a tangent there about Ashley Kate and Mary Olsen. Is that their name?
I don't think I can hear the word broccoli without singing that song in my head.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.